My hometown doesn't have a good reputation. We've been called a lawless borough, London's capital of knife crime, and plenty of other things besides. Visiting the town centre on the regular, it's not hard to see the views of people around here. They're sad and fed up.
I actually don't know what it offers.
No.
Maybe just like bad life experiences.
Killings, muggings.
The council and the police safety needed to more improve.
Aside from the tragic murders that hit the headlines, is Croydon really more dangerous than any other urban centre in the UK? And if it is, what can we and what are we doing about it? Join us, Cronks Watch, for the first of a 3-part series on crime in my hometown, as we try to get to the bottom of the sad and frustrating truth about Croydon's crime rate.
We had one school in the borough that faced 2 murders over the space of 6 months.
Long knife. This is every parent's worst nightmare.
Children, as I said, have become desensitised.
For the first time on this channel, we're in the Home Office. No, not that Home Office, my Home Office, which is also my bedroom. So, please hit like or subscribe so I can afford to buy a green screen and make my room look nicer. This evening, we're sitting inside because Croydon Town Centre is too dangerous to go filming in on a Wednesday evening. Nah, it's just raining. And I spent about 10 hours over the past couple of days poring over crime statistics about Croydon, so I'm quite tired and maybe a bit paranoid. So, what do those stats say? Well, it's complicated. First, the bad. In 2023, Croydon had more violent deaths than any other borough in London. 11 people were murdered here last year. Croydon Town Centre is also the 3rd most crime-ridden area in the capital after Kensington and Chelsea and Camden. In fact, Croydon Town Centre's crime rate is 200% or double the national average. Yeah, the part of Croydon with the main shopping district, the Home Office, the council offices, half a dozen multi-million-pound property developments and a massive off police station has also got the most crime in the borough. Our police are also some of the most violent in the capital. So far in 2024, Croydon police have registered more uses of force than any other borough outside of Westminster. Coincidentally, that's where you'll find loads of Croydon bobbies bashing heads at protests on the regular. But that's a story for another video. So, is there any good news? Well, things have the potential to be much better. In 2022, largely thanks to local community efforts rather than policing tactics, there were 0 teenage stabbing deaths in the whole borough. However, the headline stats only tell half the tale. Croydon's town centre may have 200% more crime than average in the UK, but the posher and leafier bits in the south of the borough bring that average down. With 109 crimes per 1,000 people, Croydon is just above the national average crime rate and just above that of all London boroughs. Mostly thanks to the leafier, quieter and richer suburbs in the south of the borough like Coulsdon, Kenley, Purley and Selsdon. Overall, Croydon has less crimes per capita than those well-known hives of scum and villainy, Norwich and Chelmsford. But that won't bring back the people who died, restore the borough's reputation, or help the tens of thousands of people who live and work in the town centre every day. Less murders is obviously good, but Croydon has had 55 such deadly incidents over the past 8 years. That works out as about 5.2% of London's total killings over that time, despite us having about 4.3% of the population. So, Croydon is clearly being overrepresented in its crime rate. So far this year, there have been 2 murders in Croydon. Not as many people may be dying, but there are still kids with hidden knives on Croydon streets and apparently crossbows on a regular basis. According to online data I found, the CRO has 1 weapons offence registered every 2 or 3 days on average, and that's just the ones that they find. So, why is central Croydon like this? Maybe it's the culture of violence among the impoverished and disadvantaged youth of the borough who feel there's nothing better to do than hang around in the town centre and cause trouble. Maybe it's the lack of funding for redevelopment from the council, which has gone bankrupt 3 times. Or maybe it's the lack of police presence on the streets because our MP and our mayor want drones and artificial intelligence to do the policing instead of bobbies on the beat. Or maybe it's a toxic and deadly mix of all three of those factors and more. To find out exactly what Croydon's council, police and community leaders are doing to curb the violence in the town centre, you can watch part 2 of this video, which will either be out now or soon, depending on when you saw this. And as always, keep watching the Cronks.